Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to youtube.com/blender classes, and we are back here today, and today we are going to design, let me show you, this Budweiser bottle right here. Has to load. Computer's gonna be slow. I have no idea why. So without further ado, while the picture is loading, what we're gonna actually do first, we have our cube here, but what we're gonna do, we're not gonna use the cube. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go file, load factory settings. Once that's done, we can just press Shift C to center the cursor right to the middle of the screen. Our image has loaded, so this is what we're gonna actually try and design. This Budweiser bottle right here. You see, I will not be using the circles render to make this glass effect, but I'll be using that in my next tutorial. Now we're just gonna create this using the Blender render engine. So let's get started. So we can close this, and now we can actually have the cube highlighted with your right click, press delete and delete it. Now what we're gonna do, holding the shift button and with your middle mouse button, you can actually drag it to say around here so you can see the middle of the screen. Now we press Shift A, go into mesh, which is right here, and we're gonna add a cylinder. Now that we have our cylinder, you can see right here, what we're gonna do now, we're actually going to add a background image. So press 1 to go into the front view, and then press number keypad 5 to go into the front orthodox view. Once you've done that, we are going to click here where it says view, go to properties, that's view properties. Just scroll up here till you see the background image. Once you click, just tick here where it's got the box, lower the background image, click add image, and you can circle to where you have the image. So mine is on the desktop, and I've got it right, which one is it? It's right here. Once you have that done, as you can see, it's actually very big. So what we're gonna do, we are actually going to make it smaller. So I'll say we can make it, I don't know, 2.1. Yeah, that should be fine. Actually, let's just make it 2.5. Okay, once that's done, oh, technical error there. We're actually going to go to where you have your cylinder, which is right here. By the way, if you change your camera view with your mouse view and you can't see your front image, what I actually forgot to do, I will actually set this image to the front view. So if I set it to the front view, so anytime I just click 1, it will show up. So the first thing we're gonna do, select our whole cylinder, press G to grab it, and we are going to bring it down to around here. Once that's done, we can go into edit mode by pressing the tab key. And what I want to do now is A to deselect everything, press Z to go into wireframe mode, and now what we're going to do, we can get rid of this now, so you can press N. So what we're going to do now, we're going to select there, actually let's select everything, press A, and we're actually going to scale this, press S, and press S to scale, and then we're going to scale it on the x-axis. So we'll bring it to about there. We can just press G to grab it and bring it to about here. Once that's done, we can press S and then scale it on the z-axis. So because I want to grab this bottom part here. Okay, once that's done, I'm happy with that. We can now go back into the vertex mode, deselect everything, come to the bottom, press B and select these bottom vertices here, and you can actually just pull this down, like say to around here, and then we can S and just scale it on the x-axis a bit, say to about here, and just bring it up a bit. Okay, once that's done, you can see we have this shape here. Again, press 1, A to select everything, and A again to deselect. So what we're gonna do now, I'm actually gonna get this section right here as 1, and then I will basically unwrap it and show you how to do it. So we can press B, actually just to make sure, A select, deselect, press B and select these top vertices, and just to make sure that's selected, it is. And we can press E and extrude all the way to here, where you have the white, where the cover is ending. Once that's done, you can just scale it in a bit. Now that's done, we go back down, press E again to extrude to say about here. Oh, wrong, my mistake. And then with S, scale it to about here. E again, that's done. You can scale it to here again. No, I will not make this perfect, so I will just make it as simple as possible. Scale it to there. And what we're gonna do now, we are actually going to scale this. Oh, E, bring it. Oh, my mistake. I just need to see this actually. So we press E, scale it to say about here, scale it in to about here. We can do E again, scale it in again. Once that's done, you can just go up. Oh, wrong one. E, scale it to say there, and we can just bring this in like this. E again, and scale it in. And once that's done, if you press the Z, you can see that we've kind of got like a shape here. So what I'm actually gonna do now with this face here, actually we don't need to do anything to that. Okay, now that's done. We are actually now going to select everything and just scale this a little bit, and that's fine. So now what we can do, as you can see, we have your shape here. So now we can start in the textures. Now this is very important here, so you have to listen carefully. What we're gonna do now, the first thing we're gonna do, we're actually going to mark the seams on this bottle. Now the thing I wanna do, as you know, our image, which is our background image, let me show you, which is right here. If if you press Z, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark the seams for the sticker here, and the rest will be the background color of the bottle. So first, what I'm gonna do, I want to mark the seams of this section here all the way to here. You see what I mean? Look, okay, first thing we're gonna do, we are going to select the edge select tool, deselect everything. We can come and grab this, and grab this. Oh, so we grab this, go up. You see my keyboard is not working properly, so with your keyboard you can actually just select it all at once. So what I'm gonna do now, go all the way to the top, all the way to the top, come here again, select this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, wrong one. Select and go all the way around. Remember, this is going to take me a bit of time because my shift button is not working properly. And you will see why I'm marking the seams like this. So just bear with me, guys. Just go around. With your one, you can actually do it quicker because you can select the whole edge at once. I think I should invest in a new keyboard. Okay, once that's done, oh, let me zoom out. We can now actually, as you can see, we have done this section here, that section there. So if I show you, if I do Control E, mark seam, and I go to the UV editing, and if I go A, U unwrap, you can see we have the top, which is the little top, and we have these sections here. But I actually want to make it much better than that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to the default mode, which is this icon here, and you click default, and we deselect everything, and we come here, and what we're gonna actually do, we can come to say about here, and we select this one, this one, this one. I'll show you what we can do. Deselect everything, select your face, Control E, mark seam, and now if you go back to UV editing and you select everything, you unwrap, and you see what we have. Basically what you have here, we have this section going all the way around to this section, and we have our top as well, and our edges, which we marked here, as you can see in this red, let me deselect, in this section here. And if I show you, if you select this and this is everything that you have. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll actually show you. You see this icon here, you should actually click it, and it basically shows you everything. So if you do this section here, you can see what I mean. Goes round. If you carry on, it goes round, and this section as well goes round. This section goes round. This one we don't need. We don't need these ones here, but you get the drift. So now what we're gonna do, I am going to select this vertex here, which is this straight line. So go back into the edge, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna select this one. Okay, actually we use this one. Once you select that one, you can zoom in here, select this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, basically all the way around. And you can actually do this quicker than me because I'm sure your shift button is working. Oh, zoom out, select this one, this one, this one, zoom out, select this one and this one. Oh, and this one. And as you can see, we are gonna go all the way around. So we can actually, let's go back into the default mode so we can do this properly. And we can come all the way up, come here, select this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Just go all the way around basically. 1, 2, 3. Oh, one more. And make sure that everything is selected. Once you have everything selected, if you press Ctrl E again, mark seam, and if we go into the UV editing mode and we select everything, press U, unwrap, you can see that we have our sticker here, which is where we're going to put the Budweiser logo. So now what we're going to do, last thing, we are going to come here and actually we go back into the default mode and we can click, okay, we click, well, A to select everything and deselect, so we can click this one here, and we can go to 1, 2, 3. Oh, wrong one. Basically just do this again. So we unwrap everything. Just go all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you'll be saving much more time. This one and this one. And we can actually take this face out because we don't need it. Actually, what we can do Control E, mark seam, and we can select this face here. Oh, go into the edge select mode. Select this face here, Control E, mark seam. Now that's done. Basically what we have the bottom here, and this is the bottom of the sticker, and we have we have our sticker here, we have our top which goes all the way around, and we have our lid. So now what we're gonna do, go back into UV editing, select everything with A to deselect, again to select, press U and unwrap. And now we have the bottom, the sticker, the top, and we have our circles here which are for the top and the bottom basically. So now that's done, I can show you now. If you press C, we can actually go back into this mode here. Press press C and you select, oh, that's too big, so you can bring it down. See, we select this section. Oh, basically I'm still okay. What I'm gonna do, go to the face select tool, select this one. All of these sections here are for here. All of these sections are for here. All of these sections basically are for here. Your bottom face and your top face is right here. So now we're going to add the material to add the texture. So now we go back into the default mode. Can zoom out on this. Okay, now that's done. We are going to come here, go to material, new. Once that's done, we go into the material is this ball here, which you can find on your icons here, and then you click this like checkered box, which is the texture, and you go to new. Once that's done, where you have type, which is right here, click clouds and go to image or movie. Once that's done, go down, click open and go to where you have your image. So I'm going to click the Budweiser bottle, which is on my desktop, and you can see that the texture of the image has come here. Now what we're going to do, where it says coordinate here, you can click it and click UV. And now if you actually come to your material, you can see that you have your texture here. Now maybe if we click here and we go to texture paint, you can see that it's not here. Okay, now what we're gonna do, click this icon here, go to UV editing, and we can go to new, bring this down. Now this is already unwrapped, so we just zoom in and we can go to image, open image. I go to my, oops, sorry about that. I go to my desktop and I click the Budweiser bottle. Once that's done, if you come here and you click the texture paint, you will see that it's still white. But what we're gonna do now, go back into the default mode quickly and can go back into edit mode on this. Make sure everything is done properly. That's fine. Okay, and on the material. Okay, now what we're gonna do, if we go to your camera, which you can see it's actually very big here. So what I'm gonna do, should you do this after? Yeah, we'll do this after. Press actually 0 is to go to your camera view, where if you render it, you will see what I mean. You can only see the bottom part, but we don't want that. So what we're gonna do, we are going to go to the UV editing and start texturing the bottle. First thing we're gonna do, we are going to do this bottom here. So we can actually, I like to do like this. So we select the face tool, select this section here, and you have everything selected. Can take this face off. Oh, what happened there? Image, open image. Oh, don't know what happened there. Image, open image, desktop, and it disappeared. Excuse me a minute. You don't want the render results. So we can close this. You unwrap. We're going to image, open image, desktop. There we go. Okay, now that's done. We go press number 1, press number 5, B, select these sections here, which is gonna select your section here. Actually, what we're gonna have to do now, yeah, is actually move this a bit because everything is overlapping. So I'm gonna select this one as well, grab it and bring it here. To deselect everything, press this, come and grab this one, grab it and bring it to say around here. Once that's done, you can come back to this, grab this and bring it here. Once that's done, zoom in with your mouse button, and what I'm gonna do now, I'm actually gonna rotate this, yeah. With the R button you can rotate it and just scale it to say about there. G, bring it in, and then S, and you can scale it on the y-axis. So you press S, S and Y, and you bring it in to say about there. Now you can just grab it, scale it in because we don't want to grab any of these Y sections. Once that's done, to deselect everything. This one you can bring it in, and now we're gonna go to here, press B again, and select these sections here. So this comes up on your UV mapping. So we grab this, bring it down to about here. You can zoom in, scale this in to say here, and then you can press S, and on the y-axis you can bring it to say about here. Once that's done, actually you can just bring it a bit more. So scale on the X, you can S scale on the X-axis to say there, because I don't want to get this white section. Now what we can do, just to make this a bit neater, we can go to the vertex select mode, and we just select this section. Should select this one and this one and this one, and grab, bring it here. This one, this one, this one, grab it and bring it to say here. This one, bring it there. This one, bring it to say here. What we're gonna actually do, grab this here, and this one you can grab it, bring it there. This one, grab it, bring it here. This one, grab it. Just do the same till you get like what you want. Grab this. You can grab this one, bring it here. Grab this one, grab this one, grab this one. Basically with your right click with your mouse and press G to grab it, and just bring it down to where it lands up. So you can do this properly if you have the time. This one I'm just doing a quick tutorial, so it basically helps everyone. Oh, we don't want that, so we grab once that's done, you can select, don't know what this is doing there. We can actually now, if you come to this section here and you go to the default mode, get rid of this by pressing the N, and if you press F12, you can actually see we kind of have like a shape coming, and it's actually quite dark, but don't worry, I will actually fix this for you. So you can press escape, go back into UV editing. Now what we're gonna do, we are going to scroll down, actually we'll bring it in more, and this section here is actually for this part. So what we're gonna do, gonna press B and grab this, A to select everything and to deselect, press B, grab this. Oh, selected the faces there, shouldn't have. Oh, again, what's that about? So we actually come here, press B, and we can select this one. Oh, we are on the wrong one. Go back to the face selection mode, A to select everything and deselect, and select all the way from here to the top, and you can take this face off. Once that's done, you come here, grab, and you bring it into about there, and you can scale it in, press S to scale it in, grab it again and bring it in. So we're actually gonna rescale it a bit here, bring it to about here, and select it. Ooh, scale it into, say, about here, and we can grab this and bring it to, say, here, and then scale on the x-axis so it just lines up. And if you can see now, we have like a shape here for our Budweiser. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm actually gonna make this a bit lighter. So we can go back into edit mode. So okay, now what we can do, actually select this face, rotate it, and we're gonna use this material here. So we can just press G to grab, bring it here. Same with this, G to grab, bring it here. We can actually rotate this a bit because we want to use kind of the lid. So if you go to texture paint, you can see that we have like a lid there, as you can see. Once that's done, you have your lovely Budweiser here. Well, it's not lovely, but it's okay. Go back into edit mode, and let's make sure we don't have anything hanging around. Okay, once that's done, we click this icon here. So you can do this properly and align all your vertex and everything for it to see properly. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. So we go back into the default mode, and as you can see, your camera view is there. You press 0. Now I'm gonna go into object mode, select your bottle, and I'm going to scale it in, scale it on the, oh, actually what I want to do, scale this on the y-axis. So okay, I'm actually going to bring it up here to about here. so we can actually get something nice there. Once that's done, select it again, S and Z, so we can bring it down a bit. And if you go back to the camera view, it's actually still, come bring it here, go back to the camera view. And now what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna bring it, make it a bit bigger. So you press S and then on the Z axis bring it up. So I'm actually gonna get this camera, this one can actually go back up here. So select your object and bring it on top of the mat. Select your camera, bring it out, bring it in, and bring it to about there. You can select this and holding with the axis there, you can just bring it down to wherever you want. So I'm actually going to press S and scale it into about here on the Z axis. Once that's done, I can just move the camera. So press 0 to go out. Zoom in out a bit. Press 0 again. Bring it up. Bring it up. Okay, we're getting there. Up a bit. Yeah, that should be fine. And if you go to the get out of this by pressing 0, and if you go to the texture mode, texture paint, you can see we have a very small Budweiser bottle here. So what I'm gonna do now, exit this. I'm actually gonna scale this up a bit here because it's a bit small. So once that's done, bring it in. Go back to your camera view. Just make sure you line this up on the mat, because we're going to add a mat on it. So once that's done, we can now click on the camera, bring it up. Just keep doing this till you get the perfect view. Okay, so that's done. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna press Shift C so the cursor goes in the middle, and we're gonna hold Shift A, go to Mesh, add a plane, and press C and just scale it in to about there. Once that's done, you can just bring it up and add a material. Once it's selected, you just go to your material button here and click New, and we just click it and make it like an orangey type of color. And if you go to the texture paints now, you can see that it's gonna be orange right there. Once that's done, go back into edit mode, and I actually want to add another plane just behind the camera here. And press Shift A, you can add a plane here, and you press R to rotate. And as you can see, it's not behind the camera, so I want to actually bring it here and rotate it this way. We actually need it right out behind the camera. So once that's done, press S, scale it a bit more, and this one here we can actually go into object mode. Actually, what we can do now, once that's done, this basically will give the bottle some nice color. So if you press F12, you can see that you have this lovely bottle of Budweiser here. And as you can see, we cannot see this section here. So I'm actually going to escape. And we're going to select this light. I'm going to bring it right here. And if you bring it closer to there, you can see that you have your bottle here. And what I'm gonna do now, I will select this and I'm gonna actually click this bottle. Where you have smooth here, you click smooth and it will basically make it smooth. And we're gonna click this icon here, which is the object modifiers. I'm gonna add subdivision surface. Once that's done, I can click 2 and we will try to render again. And when you render, this is the bottle you get. And let's let it render for a little bit so we can see it. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your tutorial for the day. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much.